What's up, y'all? So here's 5 things that I wish I knew before going JUCO. So a little bit of context, I played 2 years of junior college baseball before transferring to a 4-year. I played at 2 different junior colleges. Both were in Maryland. One was in Western Maryland called Allegheny College of Maryland, and then the second one was called Community College of Baltimore County. So I have a little bit of experience with the whole junior college scene. So that being said, here's the 5 things. So the first thing, first and foremost, man, it is a grind. You really don't get as many resources as like a D1 or anything like that. I remember at my junior colleges, we really didn't have like facilities like that. All we really had was the field. We shared the gym with everybody else, so if there was no like separate gym for the athletes, we really only had one personal trainer, and we had a small little personal training room where you got all your work done. We didn't have any of that fancy stuff that most of the D1 schools have. It's very dog eat dog. Like, everybody's there to get a scholarship to play at the next level for the most part. So yes, it's a team game, but in the back of everybody's heads, it's what can I do to stand out in order to get noticed by the 4-year schools. Yeah, it's very competitive environment, very competitive environment. Not to say that it's not fun, because like JUCO is really what you make of it. The times that you have with the guys, like it's definitely a vibe, but it's definitely a grind. It is definitely a grind. So the second thing that I wish I knew before going JUCO, there is some serious talent in JUCO. Now, before going to college, when I was still like a high school player, I was pretty naive when it came to pretty much college baseball in general. So my understanding was that all the talent was at D1, and D1 is the level that you want to get to. Everywhere else, there's really not too much to offer. So I wasn't really considering any junior college coming out of high school. I can honestly say some of the best players that I've ever seen were at the junior college level. You have guys that are throwing 90 plus. You have guys who get drafted out of JUCO because they're really that good. It's really an underrated option for guys coming out of high school, if I'm being honest. Like, it's a cheaper option. You're likely to get more playing time. Reality of the situation is most freshmen don't play as much on a Division I team. If you go to JUCO, play there a little bit, get some reps, it'll prepare you a lot better to when it's time to go to the 4-year school. And that kind of leads me to my third thing. JUCO is really a springboard for D1 or any 4-year school that you're trying to get to. So let's say that you didn't really get too many offers coming out of high school, or you got like an injury or something that prevented you from getting the looks that you wanted. There are some coaches that look specifically for JUCO guys because they already have experience playing in college, so it's an easier transition going from there to whatever level that they go to on the 4-year school level, rather than going from high school to the 4-year. So in my experience, I played my first year over at Allegheny College of Maryland and had a decent season. It wasn't anything special, but it was a decent season. And then transferred from there over to the Community College in Baltimore. And I started off the season pretty hot. Like, I was hitting pretty well, hitting for power, hitting for average, doing my thing in the field. And it got to a point where there was some D1 coaches that were starting to reach out to my coach because they were interested in potentially having me on their team the following year. Now, it didn't necessarily work out for me just because that's when the pandemic happened. And once the pandemic happened, pretty much everything shut down, all recruiting shut down. Everybody got an extra year of eligibility. So the guys at the D1s, the older guys, they were coming back for an extra season. Pretty much there was no room for new guys to be on those rosters. So, but if not for that, JUCO really would have been the springboard to get me to that level, which is why I want to bring that to you. If you don't have any offers, or the offers that you want are kind of limited, this is a great springboard to get you to the level that you want to get to. So the fourth thing that I wish that I knew, JUCO is a great place to get reps. The majority of freshmen, as I said before, don't start at D1, and the majority of them also don't get too much playing time. if you're trying to be the best player that you can be, the most important thing to do that is high quality reps, high quality game reps. So since JUCO is only 2 grades, it's a higher probability that you're going to start. The coaches aren't necessarily under as much pressure to have the older guys play because majority of people are only there for 2-3 years at most. It's just a really good place to get some high quality reps. And the 5th thing that I wish that I knew, transferring is the norm in college baseball. When I was in high school, my idea of the average college player was you get recruited to a school, you sign with that school, you go to play for that school for all 4 years, or if you're good enough, play for 3 years and get drafted after your junior year. And that's just the way that it is. Reality of the situation is the majority of college players, or a lot of college players, let me say that, transfer within their 4 years that they're there. Yeah, so don't let that be an issue when you're trying to find a school to play at. You get to thrive in different environments. Like it's honestly all good. And that's something that I wish that I knew as well. So this next one is for my D1 bounce backs, and basically the guys who started their college career at a D1 and transferred to a JUCO. The minute that you step on the JUCO campus, you're going to be expected to be the guy or like one of the guys. Coaches kind of love the D1 bounce backs because you get experience at that level and you can bring that experience to their team. And just like the stigma that's attached to being a D1 player kind of contributes to what people will expect from you or what your teammates will expect from you when you get onto the field. In my situation, so I transferred from Jackson State University to Allegheny College in Maryland, and pretty much the minute that I stepped on that campus, I already had like expectations from my coaches, I had expectations from my teammates that I was gonna be the guy or one of the guys. And it's just about finding a way. Don't be putting no pressure on yourself to, you know, live up to expectations or anything like that. It's like if you just play your game, just do what you do, then it'll be all good. It'll be completely fine. But yeah, those are some of the things that I wish that I knew before going JUCO. I hope some of this stuff helped some of you guys. Make sure to like, comment, hit that subscribe button and all that, and I'm gonna catch up with y'all.